Alright guys, I'm here to talk about Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Just warning you, there are spoilers in here. There will be spoilers. Once again, spoiler alert. If you have not yet seen the film, go away now. Okay, we've given them time to X out. Here we are, Batman vs. Superman. I cannot tell you how angry I was when I left the movie theater after watching this last Thursday night. And I wasn't mad at the film, not at all. I was mad at all the film critics that have thoroughly gone out of their way to crap on this film. It boggles my mind. Is this a perfect film? No, not by any stretch of the word. But I would definitely give it around a 7.98. It's much better than the 4.5s, 5s that the film critics are giving it. It honestly infuriates me. There is this feeling that amongst the critics, a comic book movie, a superhero movie, like, you have to compare it to Marvel because Marvel set the standard. Here we are all these years later. MCU's established. They've been very successful. So it's just automatic for these critics to compare, especially because it's DC and Marvel and DC have always been rivals. And this is really setting up DC's superhero universe. I'll preface this by saying I like the Marvel films. I do. Guardians of the Galaxy and Winter Soldier are the two that stick out to me. Outside of those two films, for the most part, the MCU is comprised of fluff popcorn flicks. Nothing against Marvel. That's how I feel about their movies. I enjoy them. I love going to the theater. I love seeing them. I'll be there in a couple months for Civil War. I can't wait for it. That being said, not every comic book movie needs to be that. This movie, Batman vs. Superman, is not that. It is a serious adult film that gets to the heart of the differing ideologies and philosophies between Batman and Superman. If you're expecting punches to be thrown throughout the film, I'm sorry you're going to be disappointed. The fight does happen eventually, but the majority of the film deals with how Superman views being a crime fighter, I guess. In the comic book, Superman is this American hero, really. But in this film, it's more global. You have this alien who has recently exposed himself to the world, and he's dealing with everything that comes to it. And you have Batman, more on a city level. He's definitely, has some issues with Superman. The majority of the film deals with that. Meanwhile, you also have other things coming into play. You have Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman. I will say this, Ben Affleck absolutely crushes it. All you people that were doubters, that were haters, suck on it, honestly. Because Ben Affleck crushes it. He is one of the best, if not the best, Bruce Wayne, Batman combination. Because it is two very different roles. Henry Cavill, amazing as Superman. I'm telling you, I've been a lifelong Superman fan. I know the mythos of Superman better than a lot of people. I'm not saying I'm the Superman expert, but I know Superman. And I am telling you, Henry Cavill, from Man of Steel to this film, is the best version of Superman that we have had on film. He just nails it. I've seen some reviews saying, oh, well, he's a downer. He's too serious. What are you talking about? Superman was never Mr. Jokey. I don't understand where some of the critics have gotten that idea. This is a character who is dealing with these powers on a global level. And literally every time he makes a decision to do something, it is being scrutinized by the entire world. Media is covering him. Politicians are criticizing him and trying to rein him in. That's what this guy's dealing with in this film. And it does a great job of getting to the heart of that and really exploring how one would deal with that. By the time they finally come to blows, I loved it. It's very dramatic. I know there's some people that don't like Zack Snyder. I'm a huge fan of his, from Watchmen to 300 to Man of Steel, now this. I'm a huge fan of Zack Snyder, and I think he does a great job of telling this story. I will say there are some negatives. Batman, he's killing people in this movie. He's actively killing people. No, Batman does not kill people. It's the whole reason the Joker still exists. That's one of the major criticisms of Batman as a character is, it'd be so much easier. You'd actually be saving lives if you would just kill one person. Well, he refuses. He's drawn that line in the sand. He refuses to cross it. But the fact that this movie has him killing people, that does bother me. One of the other negatives is Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. He's way too Jokerish. He has these weird tics and everything, and there's this scene at a party where he loses his train of thought. That's not the Luthor that I'm used to. The Luthor that I know is very much in control of his emotions. He's 2 steps ahead of everyone. He's very calm, collected, and he's a genius. He's an evil genius. This version of Luthor is ruthless. They got that part. But he's got these weird tics and everything. I don't know. I was really hoping for Eisenberg to flex his chops here, but he gave us basically Zuckerberg 2.0. One of my other negatives is Doomsday. I actually don't have a problem with how Doomsday looks in the film. I have no problem with how Doomsday comes about in the film. What I have a problem with where it comes to Doomsday is how much time he's given in the film. They really cram him into the last act, which bothers me because Doomsday is an awesome villain. I still believe that it could have been done, having Luthor, having the Batman versus Superman fight, if they would have given Doomsday half the film. But instead they cram him into this small little last act. If they would have given Doomsday half the film to have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman come together and fight this beast, that would have been much better. Doomsday deserves more than what he was given. Other than that though, the action was great, the drama was great, the suit looked great, the bat suit I'm talking about looked awesome, and one of the greatest moments in the film was when Wonder Woman saves Batman at the end. When she finally is in her full Wonder Woman outfit, she's like, boom, I'm here. Honestly, it got cheers throughout the theater when I was there. It was a really cool moment. Seeing the Holy Trinity basically standing side by side by side, I got goosebumps. There are a couple scenes setting up the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. A couple of them worked a little better than some. Jason Momoa looks awesome, absolutely awesome as Aquaman. Though his scene was a bit awkward as he's like underwater. I think he was trying to figure out what the heck the camera thing was that was filming him. It's just kind of a little awkward. Like he's just kind of frozen, floating there as gorgeous locks floating in the water as he's like, what is this? The Flash is like security camera footage from a convenience store. It was a cool scene. I'm still not entirely sold on Ezra Miller as the Flash. He doesn't look like the Flash. He's a good actor, so I'll give him a chance, but I'm not entirely sold on him yet. And then the other one we saw was Cyborg. Saw him in Star Labs getting worked on by his father. There was a weird alien type cube that ended up really putting him together. Maybe that'll be a tie-in with Darkseid. I don't know. There was also this moment, was it a dream or was it a premonition, where the Flash is coming through a portal? So there's things to read into here. And I just want to say hats off to Warner Brothers, to DC, Zack Snyder, for taking a chance. For me, you succeeded, honestly. You were in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You would have come out and made this bright, fun film with these superheroes there, where the colors were bright and vibrant, and there was jokes layered throughout. You would have been criticized for ripping off Marvel. You came out, you did your own thing, you made a dark, gritty, awesome film, more of an adult comic book movie than the Marvel films have tended to be, and you get criticized for it. It's bullshit, to be honest with you. One of the critiques was that there's no end credit scene like the Marvel films do. Once again, if they had put one in there, people would have complained, oh, you're just ripping off Marvel. They don't do it, people complain that there's not one there. Give DC a freaking break, people. They are not Marvel. This is not the MCU. They are doing their own thing. They have their own amazing characters. Give them a chance. Stop crapping on them. This is a good film. Not perfect, but good. A great starting point for the rest of their film universe. I applaud you, DC. I cannot wait to see where you take this. That's all I got for you. I'll see you next week.